Welcome back to another video. This time we're going to be working with adding slash subtracting positive and negative numbers. Okay. So adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers. So let me tell you something. Let's start with some rules. Rule number one. Write this down or try to remember it. When numbers have different signs, subtract the numbers, but keep the sign of the larger number. I'm going to give you a quick example right here. -4 plus 5. Just an example. They have different signs. The 4 is negative. The 5 is positive. Look at the rule. When numbers have different signs, subtract the numbers. What's 5 minus 4? 1. But keep the sign of the larger number. What number is bigger, a 4 or a 5? Would you rather have $4 or $5? Of course $5. What sign is in front of the 5? A positive, so my answer is +1. So you can leave it like that, or you can put a little plus, and it is up to you. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2, or rule número 2. Rule number 2. Here we go. When numbers have the same sign, add the numbers and keep the sign. So I'll give you another example real quick right here. Example. -4 and -5. I know you think it's a minus. Let's pretend it's not. It's a negative. Those two numbers, they both have negative signs. You add those numbers together. What's 4 plus 5? 9. Now it says keep the sign. They both have negatives. Keep the sign. So it'll be -9. Another quick example. Let's say it was 2 plus 3. We have done this before. We've done it since elementary. 2 plus 3. They're both positive numbers. So you add them and you keep the sign. They're both positive. Keep the sign. And that is it. So let's do some problems real quick. I'm going to erase all of this. You can pause it here and write down the rules if you haven't done so, or try to memorize them. You can pause it. But now we're going to work some out. Let's see. Almost there. And done. All right. Here we go. Whoa, I missed a spot. There you go. What if we had something like this? 3 minus 2. This is a good one. Because we've all seen this before. The 3 is positive. The 2 is negative. I know it's just 3 minus 2. Yes. We already know the answer, but let's just do it. They both have different signs. You subtract those numbers. This is rule number 1. You subtract the numbers. 3 minus 2 is 1. And keep the sign of the larger number. The 3 is larger, so you keep that positive. This will be a positive 1. Now watch this. What if it was like this? Now what happens there? Negative 2 plus 3. The 3 is positive, the 2 is negative. Again, just like rule number 1, you subtract those numbers. They have different signs. You subtract the numbers, but keep the sign of the larger number, which is positive. That's it. Now let's do the other one. What if I had something like this? Oh, negative 5 minus 10, you can read it just like this. Negative 5, negative 10. Right? Same thing. Look, if I put a little plus sign right here, what does that tell you? I'm adding 2 negatives. You owe $5 and you owe $10 more. But let's look at the rule number 2. You have the same signs in front of them. They both have negatives, so you add the numbers together. 5 plus 10 is 15. And keep the sign. You add, but you keep the sign. And that is it. You're done. Okay, you're done. Let's do another one. What if it was written out like this? Again, same signs. You add them, keep the sign. 20 plus 1 is 21. Keep the negative, and you're done. You're good to go.